Have you ever noticed how some women don't try to be sexy, yet men can't stop thinking about them? They don't dress louder, they don't flirt harder, they don't chase. And yet something about them stays in a man's mind long after the moment ends. That's because real sexual desire doesn't start where most people think it does. It doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the space between words, in the pauses, in the energy you bring into a room. Most women believe arousal is about doing more, saying the right thing, touching the right way, being more exciting, more appealing, more everything. But what if I told you that the things that most awaken a man's sexual desire have almost nothing to do with effort and everything to do with presence, with how you make him feel when you're simply being yourself? Because here's the truth no one prepares you for. Men don't desire what feels obvious. They desire what feels felt, what feels intentional, what feels rare. And the women who understand this don't compete for attention, they command it quietly, effortlessly, almost accidentally. In this video, I'm going to share 6 powerful things that most arouse a man's sexual desire for you, not in a loud, obvious way, but in a deep, magnetic, unforgettable way. These are the things that make a man lean in instead of pull away, think about you when you're not there, and feel drawn to you without fully understanding why. So if you've ever wondered how to awaken desire without forcing it, stay with me, because what you're about to hear changes everything. The first thing that most powerfully arouses a man's sexual desire for you isn't something you do. It's something you embody. It's calm, feminine confidence. And no, this isn't about being bold, loud, or dominant. It's about being grounded, relaxed, comfortable in who you are without needing to prove it. When a woman carries herself with this kind of ease, a man feels it instantly and it draws him in before he even understands why. Think about it this way: desire doesn't grow in chaos, it grows in safety. When you're calm in your body, slow in your movements, and secure in your presence, you signal emotional certainty. Your voice isn't rushed. Your laughter isn't nervous. Your silence doesn't feel awkward. It feels intentional. And that steadiness does something powerful to a man's nervous system. It relaxes him. It invites him. It makes him want to move closer. What often turns men off isn't a lack of beauty or attraction. It's over effort, trying to impress, trying to perform, trying to control the outcome. When a woman is overly focused on being liked, desired, or chosen, it creates pressure. And pressure kills desire. Calm confidence, on the other hand, creates space. It says, I'm good either way. And that energy is deeply seductive. This kind of confidence also shows up in how you respond, not react. You don't rush to fill silence. You don't over-explain yourself. You don't apologize for your feelings. You let moments breathe. You let him wonder what you're thinking. And that mystery, combined with emotional stability, makes a man lean in, not just physically, but emotionally. Here's the part most women miss. Calm confidence doesn't mean being distant or cold. It means being present, fully there. When you listen, you're actually listening. When you smile, it's genuine. When you touch, it's unhurried. That presence makes a man feel like he has your attention without you giving away your power. And that balanced warmth without neediness is incredibly arousing. A man's sexual desire is deeply connected to how a woman feels with herself. When you trust yourself, enjoy yourself, and don't seek validation in every interaction, you become magnetic. He doesn't feel like he has to rescue you, impress you, or earn you. Instead, he feels invited to experience you. And that's where real desire begins. Calm, feminine confidence whispers, not shouts. And whispers are often the hardest to forget. One of the most powerful triggers of a man's sexual desire is the feeling that you chose him not because you needed him, not because you were afraid to lose him, but because you genuinely wanted him. This distinction is subtle, but it changes everything. When a man feels chased, his nervous system tightens. This pressure, expectation, a sense that he has to perform or keep up. But when he feels chosen, something inside him softens, and desire, flows naturally from that space. Being chosen doesn't mean withholding affection or playing games. It means showing interest without urgency, warmth without attachment. You're present, open, engaged, but you're not trying to lock him down emotionally in every interaction. You're not leaning forward asking, "Do you like me? Where is this going?" Instead, your energy says, "I enjoy you. Let's see what unfolds." That relaxed certainty is deeply arousing because it allows a man to step toward you willingly rather than feeling pulled. Men experience desire most strongly when they feel they've earned access to your attention, not through effort or proving themselves, but through genuine connection. When you respond instead of initiate constantly, when you allow him to come to you emotionally, he begins to associate desire with pursuit. Not the exhausting kind, but the fulfilling kind. He feels invited, not obligated. This also shows up in the way you express appreciation. Rather than over-validating him or reassuring him repeatedly, you offer selective affirmation. A simple line like, "I like how you handled that," or "that was really attractive," lands far more powerfully when it's not constant. Scarcity gives meaning, and meaning fuels desire. When you make a man feel chosen, you're communicating something essential. "I see you, and I'm here because I wanted to be." Not because you're afraid of being alone. Not because you're competing. Just because this connection feels good. That clarity allows him to relax into his masculine energy, which naturally increases sexual attraction. Here's the paradox. The less you try to secure desire, the more desire grows. When you're grounded in your own worth, your attention becomes valuable. Your presence feels like a gift, not a request. And when a man senses that he doesn't just want you, he feels proud to be the one you chose, desire thrives in freedom. And making a man feel chosen, not chased, is how you give him that freedom, while still holding his attention completely. One of the deepest and most underestimated drivers of a man's sexual desire is emotional safety. Not excitement, not novelty. Safety. Because when a man feels emotionally safe with you, his guard comes down. And when his guard comes down, desire doesn't just appear, it deepens. This is the space where attraction stops being surface level and starts becoming personal, intense, and hard to replace. Emotional safety is created when a man feels he can be himself around you without being judged, corrected, or subtly tested. It's the feeling that he doesn't have to be on, that he doesn't have to impress you constantly or watch every word he says. When he senses that you're not waiting for him to mess up, not analyzing him, not measuring him against other men, his body relaxes. And relaxation is the gateway to arousal. This shows up in how you respond to his vulnerability. When he shares something personal, his doubts, his past, his fears, and you don't interrupt, minimize, or rush to fix it. Something powerful happens. You become a place of calm, a place of acceptance, a place where he feels understood rather than evaluated. And once a man associates those feelings with you, his desire becomes emotionally anchored. Emotional safety is also about consistency. Your mood isn't unpredictable. Your affection isn't conditional. He doesn't feel punished with silence or distance when he doesn't perform perfectly. That stability allows him to trust you. And trust for men is deeply connected to sexual openness. The more secure he feels, the more freely his desire flows. Here's what many people don't realize. A man's sexual desire often grows strongest with the woman he feels most emotionally safe with, not the one who creates the most drama or tension. Drama may spark attention, but safety sustains desire. When he knows he won't lose your respect for being human, he feels free to want you fully. You create emotional safety through warmth, patience, and presence. Through listening without interrupting. Through responding instead of reacting. Through letting him feel accepted even when he's not at his best. And that acceptance doesn't make desire boring, it makes it intimate. It makes it meaningful. When a man feels emotionally safe with you, his desire isn't rushed or frantic. It's steady, focused, intentional. He doesn't just want you in moments of passion, he wants you as the place he returns to. And that kind of desire isn't loud or showy. It's quiet, deep, and incredibly powerful. Emotional safety tells a man, with you, I can be real. And nothing awakens desire more than being fully seen and still wanted. There's something undeniably magnetic about a woman who can tease a man in just the right way, playful, confident, and never mean-spirited. Men are wired to respond to women who create a sense of light-hearted mystery and excitement. And this is where playful teasing works like a secret key to desire. It's not about mocking him or making him feel small. It's about creating a spark that makes him smile, laugh, and most importantly, think about you long after the moment has passed. When you tease with a smile, a tilt of the head, or even a witty remark you're sending, a signal that you're confident, fun, and someone worth paying attention to. It's a delicate dance, subtle enough to intrigue, but noticeable enough to leave him wanting more. Think of the way you might lightly challenge him or joke about something. Only the two of you understand it. Instantly creates a private world between you, a secret energy that others aren't a part of. This kind of teasing taps into his protective instincts, his desire to engage, and his curiosity. Suddenly, interactions are no longer just casual conversations. They become moments of playful tension and excitement. You're not just another woman he talks to. You're the woman who makes him laugh, who keeps him guessing, who makes his heart skip a beat with the perfect combination of charm and challenge. The key to mastering this is timing and delivery. Overdoing it can feel forced or sarcastic, and too little can make it seem like you're not engaged at all. Observe his reactions, match his energy, and allow your personality to shine through. Even a small touch paired with a teasing comment, a brush of the hand, a gentle nudge, can amplify the chemistry, making him physically aware and emotionally drawn to you. Playful flirtation is about creating a dynamic where he's not just comfortable with you, but excited to be around you, craving the next interaction, because it feels fun, light, and irresistibly magnetic. Ultimately, the women who master teasing aren't trying to manipulate them, are confidently expressing themselves while igniting a spark in him. And that spark is one of the most powerful triggers for a man's sexual desire, because it taps into the deep human need for connection, excitement, and the thrill of the chase, all wrapped up in your irresistible, playful energy. One of the most magnetic things you can bring into a man's world is playfulness mixed with mystery, not games, not manipulation, but a light, teasing energy that makes him feel curious about you rather than certain he has you figured out. Desire grows in the space where not everything is immediately revealed. And the women who understand this don't try to be confusing, they simply allow themselves to be unpredictable in the most natural way. Playfulness is powerful because it removes pressure. It tells a man this connection is fun, not heavy. When you tease gently, laugh easily, and don't take every moment too seriously, his body relaxes and his attraction deepens. A playful smile after a bold comment, a soft laugh instead of over-explaining, a light response where he expected a serious one. These moments keep him engaged because they spark emotion, and emotion is what fuels desire. Mystery, on the other hand, is about pacing. You don't reveal everything at once. You don't unload your entire story, your expectations, your emotional depth all in one go. You allow discovery. You let him ask questions. You let him wonder what you're thinking sometimes, and that wondering is not frustrating, it's exciting. It gives his mind something to explore, and where the mind goes, desire follows. What kills attraction faster than almost anything is predictability born from over-availability. When man knows exactly how you'll react, exactly what you'll say, exact where you stand at all times, the emotional tension disappears. Playfulness keeps things alive. Mystery keeps things interesting. Together, they create a dynamic where he stays mentally engaged, not because you're withholding, but because you're not rushing intimacy. This also shows up in how you move through conversation. You don't rush to define things. You don't constantly seek reassurance. You allow moments to unfold naturally. When you're happy, you enjoy it without needing to label it. When something feels good, you stay present instead of trying to secure it. That ease creates a sense of flow, and flow is incredibly attractive. Playful Mystery says, "There's more to me than what you see right now." And that message is deeply arousing because it invites pursuit without pressure. He doesn't feel pushed, he feels drawn. He wants to lean in, not because he's afraid of losing you, but because he's genuinely curious to know you more. Desire thrives when there's room to discover, laugh, and feel surprised. When you bring lightness without losing, depth and mystery without distance, you become unforgettable. Not because you try to be alluring, but because you allowed attraction to breathe. This is the most powerful and most overlooked thing that awakens a man's sexual desire for you, the way you feel about yourself. Not how attractive you think you are to him, not how much he wants you, but how deeply comfortable, alive, and connected you are in your own skin. Because when a woman genuinely enjoys herself, it creates a pull that no technique ever could. Self-desire shows up quietly. It's in how you move without checking who's watching, in how you laugh without apologizing for the sound, in how you sit back instead of leaning forward to be approved. When you enjoy your body, your thoughts, your life, it radiates. A man can feel it before you ever touch him, and that feeling tells him something incredibly important. This woman doesn't need me to complete her, she invites me to join her. Nothing is more arousing to a man than knowing he's wanted, not required. When your happiness, confidence, and fulfillment don't depend on his attention, your presence becomes magnetic. You're not trying to be chosen, you're already choosing yourself. And paradoxically, that's what makes him want to choose you more. This doesn't mean you're closed off or emotionally unavailable. It means you're full. When you express desire from fullness rather than hunger, it feels clean, grounded, and safe. A simple look, a soft smile, a calm, "I like this" moment. These signals land deeply because they come from authenticity, not need. Men are deeply attuned to this energy. They feel when a woman is disconnected from herself versus when she's embodied and present. When you enjoy your own company, your own life, your own rhythm, he doesn't feel pressure to entertain you or keep you happy. Instead, he feels free to desire you without responsibility, and that freedom intensifies attraction. Self-desire also means you don't abandon yourself to keep someone else. You hold your boundaries gently. You honor your feelings. You don't shrink to be more appealing. And that self-respect creates trust. A man feels that being close to you won't cost to himself because being close to you hasn't cost you yourself either. When you desire yourself, you give permission for desire to exist without fear. You become a place where attraction feels natural, unforced, and deeply human. And that's what stays with a man long after the moment ends. Because confidence attracts attention, but self-desire creates longing. And now, before we wrap up, I want you to take a moment and really let all of this sink in. Think about the way you interact with the men in your life, the ones you're drawn to, the ones who make your heart race, the ones who leave you thinking about them long after they've walked away. Every small gesture, every playful glance, every subtle touch, these are the moments where attraction is quietly built. What we've talked about today isn't just theory, it's real, actionable, and powerful. And the best part, you already have everything you need to start using these secrets to naturally draw him close, ignite desire, and create that electric chemistry that keeps him coming back for more. Now here's the thing, this isn't about games or tricks. It's about understanding the language of desire and stepping into your own confidence. When you use these 6 strategies, showing appreciation, creating mystery, playful teasing, subtle touch, emotional connection, and complimenting intelligently, you're not changing who you are, you're simply amplifying the incredible qualities that already make you irresistible. Every woman has this power, and when you consciously bring it into your interactions, you notice the difference almost immediately. Men respond to energy, presence, and confidence far more than they respond to perfection. So here's what I want you to do. Comment below and tell me which of these 6 things are you most excited to try, or maybe there's one you've already been using and it works like magic. Share it with all of us. Your story might just inspire another woman to step into her power and feel more confident in her own allure. And if you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss tips that make your love life more magnetic, playful, and exciting. Remember, desire isn't complicated. It's about connection, energy, and understand how to awaken the part of him that's deeply drawn to you. You have that power. Own it, use it, and watch the sparks fly.